Welcome back to making badass headlines for our Facebook ad campaigns. In this course, we're going to look at what makes a badass headline, and more importantly, we're going to focus on what is the secret of making a badass headline. So I'm going to go ahead and give it away to you now. Fuck, I don't know. There is no secret. The secret to making a badass headline is taking the message, and yes, you have to structure things properly, but you have to take that message and put it out in multiple ways. You have to let your audience tell you what works, not what you think works best. I can show you a lot of examples of where I have built campaigns that I fell in love with, especially in the early years, and they just flopped. And though the concept worked, though that campaign could have worked, I didn't split test things like the headlines properly. And that's where I could have been able to make a campaign that came across after a very short amount of time as a failure. It could have actually been a winning campaign. So to save you time, money, and frustration, let's look at how we could take headlines and how we can combine them in order to make you a badass Facebook ad ninja. So Dave, in this campaign, we took this ad. Let me start off here. What is it? What is a headline? Where is it at? Learn how to, if you look at this image right here, if you look right beneath on this ad campaign, learn how to make big profits flipping phones on eBay. This is our headline. You can have up to 250 characters in your headline. I typically use between 50 and 100 because that's what's going to be able to fit on the page or on the ad display when the viewer sees it. So I like to keep it something short, sweet, simple, and not have it where it's dot, 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 or you're in the middle of a sentence and it's like, and, I mean, it's cool if you want to create suspense, but most of the time we're just trying to get the point because our viewers want to know what's the value of taking the action to come to our webpage. And we want.
You said that when we did our split test, the ones that were short, like just one line, actually got the best conversion rate. Let's take a look really quick. Like this one didn't get any conversions at all. And what did this one say? This one was double lined. So that one was more than, like you said, the 50 characters. So it was I think, harder to see. And that got no conversions there. And then this one got 99-cent leads. This one this one did have 2 lines, but only 1 word, so it's not that bad still. It's pretty short.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's why we have to split test everything. We have to take different combinations of all of these headlines and see which of these actually will work. And what we're doing is we're looking at how the amount of money that we're paying per lead in this case is adding up for those ads and which is working best. And I think that you'll see a couple of these ads where it's got 1 or 2 leads that's already been generated for the campaign, and it's got looks like a really good cost per click. Say for this one right here, it says $1.63 a click, right, or a lead. And this is because in the beginning, when we're done in our campaigns, obviously the campaign that we let run over the life of this campaign, it was performing best at that time. Now, as time goes on, your campaigns are going to have creep. And what I mean by that is that the ad that you dialed in initially, you see these beautiful metrics. You're like, oh, I'm doing great. Your costs are going to rise, and they're going to continue to do so. Why does it do this? Well, it's a matter of saturating your market, frequency, and several other things that factor into it. So that's another reason why always split testing your headlines and continuously doing that, matching them with different things like or images, etc. is good. So let's go ahead and let's jump into building out a campaign with our headlines using AdEspresso. And once again, AdEspresso is really easy to use, and that's why for this we're going to use it. And what we're going to do here is we're going to focus on the top 2. We already have them built out wholesale screen parts and then 2 different variations here. So Dave, if you'll go ahead and create another headline by clicking on the blue plus sign. Yeah, you can copy that one. That way you can just paste it directly in. Great. And if you'll paste that, first, let me hang on. Okay. If you will, copy and paste that headline in for me real quick.
This one?
Well, yes. What we're going to do here is we're going to wordsmith this headline out. And what I mean by that, we're going to take the same thing and we're going to combine it in different variations to see which is going to work. So let's take this and let's take the high quality, same day pricing, great prices, all that. Let's take that and put it ahead of the wholesale string parts in this example. Now, why am I doing this? Because really you can take the same message and you'll be surprised at how it's going to, how much it's going to cost you to get that person to take the action with that message. So when we're building out our headlines, we want to be able to take really the same message and try it out. Try it out short, like we did on the third one here, on the third headline. Try it out where you're flipping out the elements of the headline, like we just did in example 1 and 2. And if you want to take it even further, you can write out new text or copy here. And if you want to keep it shorter or long, doesn't matter. I would recommend just doing what we've done here. That way we have pretty much the same branded message said almost on all three. That way we can kind of get an idea of how this actual headline is going to work. So for this, we're going to end the headline effective copy building, and we're going to move into ad text.